I've just woken up. It's a Thursday morning. We usually have Thursday mornings off, which is really nice because it kind of splits up the week. I'm about to make breakfast here, so I'll show you what I have for breakfast. Yeah, so my schedule for swimming is a triple Monday, which consists of 2 swim, 1 gym, a double Tuesday, which consists of 2 swim, a double Wednesday, which consists of 1 gym, 1 swim, and then a single Thursday, which is really nice, and then triple Friday, 2 swim, 1 gym, and then a Saturday morning of swimming, and then we get the rest of the weekend off. So it works really nice. It's nothing too crazy. The volume kind of ranges between 40 to 50 kilometers a week. So again, nothing crazy, but what we do inside those swimming sessions are very specific to us. I'll show you what I eat for breakfast. How to eat breakfast then, it's the omelette that you see me make there. It's got 3 eggs, bacon, spinach, cheese, so nothing too crazy, but helps bulk up my breakfast. I'm also going to make a smoothie as well, which consists of more carbs, fruit and stuff, just to get more carbohydrate in and bulk up my breakfast. I also have some water to stay hydrated. It's really essential to stay hydrated. I usually have cranberry juice, but I don't have any at the moment. Cranberry juice is really good for like vitamins and getting your vitamins in so you're not sick. So I usually have that too. But yeah, I'm gonna eat this, make my smoothie, and then, you know, just watch some YouTube. I'll grab a coffee and start some work. So me and my smoothie, it consists of 1 banana, a few strawberries, oats, and honey and milk. Again, nothing crazy, really simple, and I just pretty much eat the same thing every single day. Because, you know, if you have a busy life, you know, you're busy with work, busy with college, you're training, it's quite hard to, you know, try make something all the time. So being aware of exactly what you need and then just kind of making easy meals around that and keeping it relatively the same each day so you know how to make it. It kind of saves you a lot of time, to be honest. It saves me a lot of time when I need to train, but I know I'm getting everything that I need into my body so that I can, you know, have the energy to train later and to train throughout the week and recover properly. So the reason why I started the YouTube channel, it's not to be an influencer or anything like that. It's more just to showcase my life and what I've done to achieve, you know, the highest level in swimming, being an Olympic gold medalist, being the 2 Olympics, and, you know, everything in between. As a kid, you know, I would have loved to have this, you know, looking up to someone who's done it all, and then, you know, trying to bring some of that into my own swimming so that I could get better. Because at the end of the day, I'm just a normal person. I've just been dedicated to the sport, sacrificed a lot for the sport. I've been at the lowest of lows to get to the highest of highs, to showcase that and to help other people get through that too. Something that I want to provide, and I think this would be a good way to do that, is to document exactly what I do day to day, show the reality of the lows, the highs, everything in between, so that you can get some kind of inspiration from it. Do things that I do to take into your own kind of swimming, and ultimately just to get you better at swimming, get to where you want to be in your goals. It could be small goals, it could be big goals, you know, whatever it might be, it's to help you essentially. I just got back, got my coffee. It's a flat white with an extra shot, and I'm about to do some work. What I mean by work is I have a coaching group, online coaching group, where I help swimmers just like yourself get faster in the water, going through technique, race analysis, stroke analysis. But before that, I wanted to just talk about a little bit about myself, just to get to know each other, I guess, a little bit better. Been to 2 Olympic Games. I won a gold medal in the last Olympics in the 4x200 meter relay. I've been swimming since I was, you know, 4 years old, started competing when I was 8 years old. And I've been on an international competition ever since I was 15, every single year leading up till today's date. And I'm trying to go for the LA 2028 Games in 3 years' time now. This year I've got the World Championships in Singapore, which I'm training for at the minute. And then next year is the Commonwealth Games. And then again, the stepping stones into LA 2028. It sounds great, you know, being able to compete since I was 15 years old at an international stage, but this is why I wanted to create this and just showcase and tell the story, is that it wasn't obviously as easy as that, being able, and as great as that is, you know, having that long time of competing on international stage. There's so much sacrifice, so much dedication that goes into it. You know, when I was at school between the age of, you know, around 15 to 18, I was getting up at 4:30 in the morning to go training in the cold, try to jump into a cold pool, go to school straight away, and then go back from school back to the pool to train again. Then I'd get home at like, 7, half 7 at night. So I've been out of the house from 4:30 in the morning, and I only got back to about 7, half 7 at night. Try to do a little bit of homework and then go to bed to do it all over again. And as a swimmer, this is actually pretty normal. I'm sure some of you have experienced or are still doing that, getting up really early in the morning to go training. And I suppose that's the process, that's the whole part of us being a swimmer, and to better yourself. Even if you are not swimming at a competitive level, trying to go to the pool before you go to work as well. These things add up over time, they compound over time, they make you better as a person, just in life in general, because you're able to be disciplined. You have all these characteristics built up from swimming, and that's what I've learned, is using those characteristics that you learn and train for in the pool to use it in real life, such as your work or your school or college and all that kind of stuff. So even though it was super hard, the grind, I'm really grateful for it, because it taught me a lot more than just getting up and going to the pool in the morning. Even when I'm doing my work now, those discipline matters really help me with that too. And I've got clients, I've got responsibilities, people that depend on me. And if I didn't have those characteristics of turning up every day, providing for them and giving them information and turning up to the calls all the time, that wouldn't be obviously great for my business. It wouldn't be great for me either. So I'm really grateful for it, but it just shows you, all that hard work, all that dedication, it can pay off. And I've got a gold medal at the Olympic Games, and that was a dream come true ever since I was a little kid. Because I've got the morning off, it means it's really great for me to get a lot of work done for my clients. I'm going over Josh's freestyle. They send me videos of them swimming. So for example, his freestyle, and I point out some good things, some things that we need to work on, and we work on it each week. He gets weekly calls with me where we go over what he's done and what he needs to focus on for the week of training. And this is a really powerful tool, going over together, visually looking at it. This is something that we do a lot of in my own swimming team, is we have a £1 million camera system, and we go over this kind of stuff, because visually looking at it will look totally different to physically doing it and feeling it in the water. So I'll do this for a couple hours, have some lunch. I've got a call as well at 1:30 with one of the members, a one-to-one call, and then I'll get them prepared for swimming later. This is the lunch I have. It's from a company called Simmer, not sponsored or anything, but they have really good ingredients in them, not too many, which is good. They give me enough energy for protein, carbohydrates, and it means I don't have to spend too much time actually cooking food. I can just whack this in the microwave or the oven, and it's super easy to do, and gives me what I need for training later. I'm about to hop on a call with one of my one-to-one members, Abigail, going over some nutrition stuff that she has been struggling with, enough energy for her training and managing work, and just kind of that overload of stress. And so that's what we're going to go over in this call right now, and I'll catch you after the call. Wrapped up the call with Abigail. It was great speaking to her. We're going over her breaststroke technique, going over nutrition. So really great call with her. About to get ready now to go training. We've got an AC1, which pretty much just means long aerobic swimming. So things like 400s, 200s at a low to moderate effort. Nothing too crazy. I think it's 6 kilometers tonight. So should be relatively decent session. We caffeine hit of Red Bull before the session. I usually just have, something like this or a coffee before the session, by 30 to an hour out from the session. Finished that AC1 session. It was an aerobic session, so it wasn't too bad. RP about 6, and we're really just focusing there on having the heart rate continuously at a certain point for a longer period of time. So it was 9 400s, kind of split up into a little bit low to moderate effort to moderate to strong effort. Again, keeping the heart rate in a certain zone 2 to zone 3. Just for a longer period of time, just to really work that aerobic system. And then we did a little bit extra stuff at the end, working on turns, working on a little bit of my catch position. And overall that was a really good session. Execution was well. But to now get home, make some dinner, and then I'll show you what I have for dinner and the recovery process after. Dinner, I've got Something pretty easy and simple to make. Got pasta, cheese, mince, spinach, and a bit of sad looking garlic bread. But yeah, again, nothing too crazy, just keeping it simple. Gotta recover after my session, so we're getting a nice meal in, and then we'll chill out for a bit, and I've got one more call to go through, and then I'll be out for the night. Wrapped up the call with one of my members, Joshua. We're going over some turns and just going over his distance per stroke. So he's been improving so much. He's been in the program for 10 weeks now and he's seeing massive progression. He's able to hold 10 seconds quicker than he used to in the 200. So he's holding about 250s in his 200s. Now he's holding 240s, which is really great to see. And he's got a competition in mid-July. So I'm excited to see him swim there. Pretty much done for the evening. We just got to chill out, do some recovery stuff, bit of stretching. I'll show you all that. And just get ready for bed really. After the call, I've just been chilling out for a wee while, and before bed, like 1 hour before bed, I just do a little bit of stretching and just kind of dim the lights down in my house just to get myself in that zone of going to sleep. So stretching just helps my recovery, but also just relaxes me a little bit, so I'm ready for bed when I go into bed. The type of stretches I do is just things that are quite relaxing, just kind of static stretchings, just like this, improving the hamstring flexibility, things like this, coming down into kneeling, just stretching out the glutes, just things that are very static and not too much movement. Again, just trying to relax my body so I'm ready for bed. That's it for this video. I'm about to go to bed, get up in the morning at 7 a.m. for training at 8 a.m. Again, just doing it all over again, and see you in the next video.